I don't know when I decided to do it. I just woke up one morning, made some coffee, looked around my little slice of paradise and thought, I gotta get the f*** out of here. It was the end of the summer, so I had to plan pretty quickly. I decided that it was time to do my big dream and ride a motorcycle by myself somewhere overseas.
I slaved away, planning, looking for flights and deals, nonstop for about 3 hours.
I don't know, I probably should have spent more time planning, but I don't think that's really my style, you know? Anyways, I've spent a bunch of time in France, so I thought maybe that would be a simpler place to start. So I booked a flight to Paris. I found a sick deal on a motorcycle rental in Marseille. All I had to do was take a flight from LA to Paris and then catch the train from Paris to Marseille to pick up the bike. And let the road unravel in front of me. I mean, what could go wrong? Hello. I feel like now is a pretty good time to introduce myself. My name is Elizabeth, but call me Lizzie. I'm definitely not new to motorcycles. I have owned my fair share of them. I've gone on lots of different kinds of trips on different kinds of motorcycles, sometimes by myself, and sometimes with other people. Sometimes I camp off the bike and sometimes I stay in hotels. But I've never gone on a solo motorcycle trip in a different country before. And when I first learned how to ride, that was the dream. This was a big deal because all the trips before were just to build up to this one. I wanted to start simple, which is why I chose Europe, but really the goal is to go somewhere crazy, like somewhere unrecognizable. I still got my ass kicked though. All right, that's enough backstory. Let's get to the good stuff. I didn't really have time to be nervous or to process the fact that someday had suddenly become today. So when the day came to leave, I packed my shit, I got on the plane, and I was on my way. For the most part, everything has gone very smoothly. It's just shocking to me. It's worth mentioning that I actually had 2 flights before I got to LA, so I was pretty gassed by the time I got to the bike. In hindsight, it's pretty unreasonable, but for some reason I was expecting to be blown away pretty immediately. You know, like sweeping coastlines and the French fucking Riviera. Instead, I got a ride that felt kind of like a commute. The city traffic was all right, but then there were just long, boring roads with not much to look at, aside from the occasional view that opened up of the sea once I got closer to it. But overall, I was pretty underwhelmed. I don't know, maybe I was just tired and cranky or anxious to get to a new place, but I didn't have a particularly good time on my first day. The truth is that I can't afford the south of France. I don't even know who can. So my plan for the night was just to ride to a town called Fréjus and then go on to Italy from there the next day.
Well, I don't know how I always manage to do this, but I found the Jersey Shore of France. There's gridlock traffic coming into town. Apparently there's something happening called, which is car show? Motorcycle rally? Unclear. When I came into the hotel earlier, there was a group of guys all sitting in the lobby, Hell's Angels in fact, and we had a real good laugh. And I swooped in on the only parking spot available at the hotel, and they were not happy about it, but what are you gonna do? I offered to fight them for it. They declined for whatever fucking reason. I feel like I'm extremely lucky to be doing this. It feels like I'm a little bit of a brat for saying that today was boring, but it was. I'm not really a superstitious person, but I am positive that this is the moment that I jinxed myself. So, to whoever was listening, I don't know, the gods of adventure maybe? Message received.
Next time on Later Lizzie, Mom f***s up and breaks down in one of the most expensive cities on Earth, Monaco! Don't worry though, an unlikely hero shows up to save the day. Stay tuned.